Court, the movie podcast, where Sean
and Mampy
watch shit, talk shit, and most importantly, eat shit. We are the law.
And guess what we saw?
We saw The Accountant 2, the sequel to The Accountant
1.
Directed by Gavin O'Connor. Starring Ben Affleck and Jon Bernthal, among others.
There were others.
And I, if you don't mind this early in the podcast, can I ask, did you like this movie?
Oh my
Without
gosh.
spoilers. Please don't spoil it.
I'm not. No spoilers here.
Our listeners don't want spoilers for the first 7 minutes or so.
Okay. I won't say anything that gives away any part of the movie.
Thank you.
But
not even the beginning.
Yeah, no. I'm not going to tell you any details. But what I will tell you is that I saw I hadn't seen The Accountant 1 till this week. And I was like, I liked some parts.
I like The Accountant.
Yeah, it's got some okay stuff. But then I watched this one and I sat down and I said, if I ain't just having the darndest, tootinest time in the theater.
Me too, dude.
I was like, this is pretty fun.
Me too, dude.
Just having a good time. I'm like, yeah, brothers. Come on, brothers.
I had quite a good time watching this movie.
Pretty cool stuff.
And now it does go out of its way to be a more fun movie.
Yes, absolutely.
Like, Jon Bernthal is sort of the most fun of the first one, which is like like a little humorous.
Yeah.
But not quite. This one is quite silly.
Yeah.
Very often.
Glad.
Lots of jokes, lots of bits, and lots of action. And I really enjoyed it. I had a great time.
Me? Effing too.
I have no clue if it's a good movie.
Yeah, it's kind of funny.
There's no way for me to tell you if it is a good movie or not. But based purely on enjoyment, I just had a really good time.
Like, it's not a working man where it's like, oh, this isn't good, but it's like somehow amazing. Like,
yeah.
It's like, I'm having a good time.
Yes.
Maybe it isn't, the best movie, but it's just fun, and I'm just like, it's got a lot of good elements.
I think it's really fun. This is what happens, in case you're wondering.
Yes. Tell us the story.
There's an accountant. What happens? What actually does happen in this? Okay, so you can sort of tell from the trailer, but I won't really tell you what happens until the spoilers.
Yeah, please.
But a character is murdered. A character, one of the 4 characters from the first one.
Yeah.
So you take your pick.
Someone's not gonna go.
And he leaves on his arm the words, "Find the accountant." And Mary Beth Medina, who was in the first one, who's she's just one of those female characters where they're like, shouldn't we have a woman in this?
Yeah, you're like, all right.
And it's okay, but it would be nicer if she had anything to do. Yeah,
that is tough sometimes.
It is quite common in kind of every movie now. They're like, oh, it's nice to have a woman in a movie, isn't it? That's what they say with people around the table. They're like, women should be in movies.
Yeah.
And they go, okay, what does she do? She kind of stands in the way of the people doing stuff.
Yeah, there's literally a scene where that happens, and you're like, oh, God.
She's like not as smart as the men. So it's like, I don't know if you're doing what you think you're doing.
Yeah, that is always interesting.
She tries to find the accountant, who is Christian, played by Ben Affleck. And what they have to do is kind of a mystery.
Yeah.
They're I won't tell you who. But the dead guy, I'll tell you in like 3 minutes, too. But the dead guy has left a mystery for them to solve. There's a whole bunch of pieces of paper. There's like a pizza delivery flyer. There's a picture of a Mexican family, or actually, I think an El Salvadoran family.
El Salvador, yeah.
Are they El Salvador?
They're El
From El Salvador. And there's also a mysterious, what is her job? I guess she's just an assassin, who's apparently, according to the sources I found on the internet, whose name is Aeneas?
Oh.
Do you believe that?
Oh, yeah.
I know her only as the murder lady. Like, she just murdered people.
Yes, well, because in the doctor, there's a flashback where they're like, Anise, don't...
Oh, yeah. Well,
that's all I remember. That's the only time I remember.
Murder lady.
Yeah,
she's a murder lady. And they're just trying to solve a mystery. And in order to solve the mystery, they've got to have some hijinks. Mm-hmm. It doesn't really involve the mystery, but at some point they have to go to a honky-tonk and line dance and punch people.
Yes.
John Bernthal has to be in his skivvies for much of the movie. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And they have to shoot many sort of nameless, faceless people.
Yeah, lots of
Mostly, as it tends to be in a movie like this, sadly, mostly Hispanic guys.
I know, it's just a shame.
Which is, though there are some white guys that get murdered.
Yeah,
thankfully.
it's good that you got to sprinkle in a few. You can't, if it's all one, you're like,
I don't feel good about this. But once a white guy gets murdered, you're like, okay, finally.
Ooh, I mean, that's why I remember the first time I played Resident Evil 5. Mm-hmm. So we're coming hot off of the press. This is a little detour. Hot off the press of Resident Evil 4. You're shooting all these vaguely European, people, and you're like, okay, this is fine. Then you get to Resident Evil 5, and it's all, like, African tribes that got infected, and you're like... We're like, they put in a black lady who's like the second main character, but you are just a white guy shooting all these, and you're like, this feels a little odd this time.
But they're all zombies, right?
They're all zombies, so you're like, okay.
Hey, what are you gonna do?
At some point, yeah, you're like, all right.
I mean, if you're in Africa and you're shooting people, you might just shoot some dark-skinned people.
Now, what I would like to have seen...
Yeah.
Giraffe. Infected. Long neck. That would be crazy.
That would be... Don't they have infected dogs in the first one, right?
See? I wouldn't it be cool? It's like a Samuel L. Jackson, Deep Blue Sea style, speech, and then the character's head just gets...
Fucking hippo.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Hippo zombie. Ooh, that'd be... Oh, zombie safari. This could be cool. Zombie
Have
safari.
you seen Dragged Across Concrete?
No.
There's an amazing movie. Insane movie.
But...
What have you done?
I've experienced it, but I've not seen it.
Oh, Jesus. How was that?
Not pleasant.
Oh, doesn't sound good to me, yeah. But in that movie, there's a fake video game called Shotgun Safari.
Whoa.
That's pretty cool. And there's also a theme song. Like, all the music from the movie is written by the guy who wrote the movie, like the filmmaker.
Whoa.
Very John Carpenter style, but it is sung by the OJs.
Whoa.
Yeah, it's an incredible movie. Insane movie. Made maybe by a person who is evil. It's one of those movies where you're like, I think this might be a demon who wrote this movie, but it does kick ass.
Yeah.
Like, there's some shit that is so fucked up, and you're like,
dang.
I think this is evil.
Yeah, that came straight from...
What are you going to do? You know?
The source of evil.
The source of evil. Okay, we're going to talk about the spoilers. It's almost spoiler time, but first, Mampy. Actually, before I say spoilers. If you like a kind of fun action movie that is also really weird...
Yeah, a little bit odd.
I think you will enjoy this movie. It's like... It made me feel like some of those movies from the 70s where it's like the filmmakers and the actors have maybe not met enough people in their lives, so they don't know like what any people are like, but it still rules.
In that way, it's kind of like maybe someone on the spectrum's version of an actual. I mean, I don't know if they went that many levels, but they're like, what if?
Maybe they did.
Yeah, this is how he sees the world.
But it kind of kicks ass, in my humble opinion. And you know what else kicks ass? Magic Mind. It's a supplement. It's got some green tea in there. It's got many different mushrooms.
Ooh, I love mushrooms.
And you know this as well as anybody. This Magic Mind, it says on the side, on the front it says mental performance shot. On the side it says reclaim your brain. Absolutely. And it does a lot of good things for you. One, it's got the regular stuff. It's got some caffeine in there. It's got some mushrooms. It's got a whole bunch of other things. And it's one of the few supplements that I've ever had in my life that didn't make me feel bad.
Yeah, I like that.
Like a Red Bull or anything else like that. Oof. Just makes me feel like I'm going to shake apart.
I don't know how people do the energy drinks. Some
people get like 32 ounces of them, and they're just chugging them.
I once had a 5-hour energy. I felt like my heart was going to come out of my chest. I was like, I don't want to do this.
I mean, I think these things should be illegal. But
yeah. We need more stuff.
We can't make everything illegal.
No, but we do need more things like Magic Mind that just like help you feel alert.
It does. It gives me a sharper mind. It lowers stress. It's calm energy, as it says. And I really enjoy it. And this is where it gets really good. You could enjoy it too. It would be cruel of me to just talk about this and say,
this is great.
Too bad you can't get it.
Yeah, well, that's it. It's just for me.
You can get it. You just have to go to magicmind.com/FCMay.
What?
FC for food card, of course. FCMAY, the month. And you can get 20% off of your order or up to 48% off of your subscription, which is nearly 50%.
Oh, hell yeah.
I mean, if you give or take a few dollars, it's essentially 50%.
You're well on your way.
Try one of these guys. Have a taste. And then get yourself up to 48% off at magicmind.com/FCMay. And you'll see me for the rest of the episode or hear me gently slurping it. I got a little bit left.
That there's options. You can gently slurp. You can shoot it back. You can do whatever you like. Be creative. Use that mind power as you drink your mind juice.
And while my mind is so clear, I'd like to talk to you about the very best part of The Accountant 2, if that's okay.
Yes, please tell me your beef, lamb, gyro.
This is my beef lamb gyro. They're actually bookends, so I can kind of talk about them at the same time. I feel like one of the reasons this movie really works for me is that the opening and the end are both awesome.
Yeah, I agree.
Like, the opening is maybe the best part of the movie, but it starts with this kind of upbeat, like slightly jazzy music, and it's like, and stuff is happening. There's a bunch of guys, and they're like, they're like talking into their wrist or talking into their Bluetooth, and they're in cars, and they have many of them have tracksuit jackets. This is never a good sign. Never. With Italians, obviously, very dangerous, but even with these guys who are mostly Hispanic, the tracksuit jacket, you're like, these guys are going to do some shooting for sure.
Get out of there.
And since we're in spoilers, J.K. Simmons, the late, great J.K. Simmons, who plays Ray King, is in a bar. He's writing some notes, and he is met by, apparently her name is Aeneas, played by Daniela Pineda, sorry. And he's like, hey, I need you to find these people. He's got a little picture with a mother and a father and a little child. And then a bunch of shooting happens. And it's just really exciting. Yeah. And it's kind of like a little mini movie.
You're like, oh.
Stuff is happening. Like, there's a whole beginning, middle, and end. Finally, Ray King, J.K. Simmons, is shot and killed.
Oh. And he fights so hard to get out of it.
He's really good. He stabs a guy in the balls with a pen.
Yeah. I went, oh, jeez.
Part of
me was like, what if the pen perfectly went up his urethra. That would be crazy. Pinpoint accuracy, you know.
It's in there. It's in there. Get it out of there fast.
But that guy, kudos to him. He went after him. He was like, I'm bleeding, but I'm...
Couldn't be me.
Yeah, couldn't be.
I think if I got stabbed in any part of the crotch area, even like the side of the thigh, I'd probably like, all right, I'm going to let somebody else kill you. There's like 7 other guys here.
I'm going
Why do I have to do this? But that whole scene I thought was amazing. And I think the ending is a really great way to land the plane. This is one of those movies with way too many endings, but there's many satisfying endings, which is incredibly rare.
I loved that, yeah.
They're, so like the whole ending sequence is them shooting people, and it's rules. And also there's a big hole where they're going to put a bunch of kids and kill them.
It's insane. I was like, holy hell.
Really fucked up.
Yeah, like, damn.
And they save them, and they're driving back on a bus. And earlier, that Christian and his brother Braxton had talked about how Braxton is actually a cat guy.
Yeah.
And they stop the bus, and he just finds a cat in the road.
That was awesome.
He brings it in, and it's so lovely. And then they have, like, the little boy that they've been trying to find. They cut to the Harbor, I think it's called Harbor Institute, where they have, like, made him a little bed and a little welcome thing. I thought it was just really sweet.
It was very sweet. They put his little jacks on the table.
Yes!
I was like, oh, God.
And also just in a way, and I am a Gavin O'Connor fan. I really like him. He has done Miracle. I don't know if you've seen. These are sports movies, and I don't know. I know you don't love sports movies.
That's true. That is true.
But Miracle's like a hockey, Olympic hockey movie with Kurt Russell.
Oh yeah, I heard about that.
Fucking amazing.
Never saw it.
Warrior is like a UFC movie, and Tom Hardy's in it, and somebody else, one of those other guys. And The Way Back with another Ben Affleck one is like another sports movie. He's like an alcoholic who teaches like a high school basketball team. It's just like crushing. It's like so sad and so beautiful. Yeah. And I think he's just really, I don't know, I think he's just got some sort of power in him, some sort of great empathy in him where he just like can make these things that are pretty goofy and silly sometimes really sort of moving. Yeah, I just thought there were a lot of points in this movie that had no reason to be moving that were.
I know. Yeah, I was surprised. I got swept up a few times. I went, dang, I'm like.
Yeah.
And man, as crazy as it is, the kid stuff, it was really, I was like, geez, this is like, I'm actually scared.
Yes.
And like, this is intense. I'm like, oh my God, just save the kid.
Because earlier they show like the father of the child get shot in the head in front of a big hole. Woo. And you're like, oh, fuck. And then you see them dig, they've got a backhoe and they're digging another hole, and you're like, holy fuck.
It's crazy.
What are they going to do with that hole? Can't be good.
It can't be good. And, I mean, it must suck to be a kid and just be like, all right, they're telling you, oh, just go get in that hole. You're like, I don't know. I want to
run away.
Yeah, I would like to.
But they're all saved.
Yeah. There's a lot of, I have to say, there's a lot of headshots in this movie. And a lot of, you kind of know they're coming, but they're always intense. We're just like, when is it going to happen? When is it? And you're like, yeah. That happened a lot to me.
There's an assassination?
There's attempted assassinations. There's successful assassinations.
So many murders.
It is pretty wild. I really like, there's a scene where the brother Braxton, brother of Ben Affleck's character Chris, they are looking at all of the like evidence that the old captain guy had found and put together, and they're like talking about all the murders that the killer lady did, the super assassin, and then the brother's like, well, I mean, she didn't kill all of them, like she didn't kill this guy or this guy, and like I just love that. Like that's when the cop lady is like, wait,
Fuck no.
Wait, I'm not gonna work with an assassin.
Pretty
I loved that.
amazing.
And one of
Christian also, I think he says specifically, do you often admit to capital murder?
Yeah, there's so many good there.
Bernthal's like, I didn't say anything.
Yeah, I didn't.
I thought they were really great. And I feel like 3 or 4 podcasts ago, I was like, why is John Bernthal in so many things? Mm-hmm. And now he's just incredible in this.
He's great.
Like when he's getting the little kids out of the hole. And he's like just on the edge of tears and his eyes are all red. It's really good.
I think he's really good. He's played a lot of like unsavory characters in the past.
Yes.
This one felt like a redemption for his character in Sicario to me.
Yes.
He has a horrible character in Sicario who appears at a honky tonk, and it's like one of the most. It's kind of disturbing, but then in this one he's like the hero of the honky tonk. So
yeah,
that was nice.
He's really good.
I think that was my year. The whole honky tonk scene. It's a detour from the plot, but it's just so fun. I was like, I love this. I could watch these two all day. They're so fun together.
There's a dating scene that sort of sets it up, where Christian is at a speed dating thing.
Yeah,
and he reveals that he has hacked it. And all the women find him deeply upsetting.
Yeah.
They're like, do you believe in love at first sight? And he's like, no, that's not real.
Yeah. I felt like he was a little bit amped up in this one. Like the first one, he felt a little more subdued to me.
Yes.
This one, I felt like they were really going for it. Like,
it was really good.
Up.
But the whole honky tonk scene is so much fun.
Yeah, absolutely.
He's like there. He sees this beautiful woman, and she's honky tonky, and they're all doing a line dance. And he gets his big old Hoka sneakers, and he gets out on the dance floor and starts dancing, and it's just really good. I don't know why. This is another scene where it's like this is some like director's power.
Yeah,
where it's like this is a. If you explain to me that like a guy with really bad autism, or really severe, I don't know what bad is not the right word.
Yeah,
really,
like he's on the spectrum.
Really extreme,
deep on the spectrum.
Yes, he's balls deep in the spectrum. He instantly learns how to do a line dance. Because of this beautiful woman, I'd be like, well, that sounds like a really stupid scene.
But somehow...
But when I watch the movie, it's great. And John Bernthal's so excited for his brother to be dancing. And it's all really just kind of nice and sweet.
I loved seeing Ben Affleck calculating the steps of the people, and he goes, wait a minute, this is math, and I know math.
Yes.
I can do these steps, and he is loving it. He's like, yes. And that's what it's all about, baby. Stimulation.
There's so many things in this movie like that are just, can only be seen to be believed, because the description of them would make you, like, feel very, maybe even angry. There's at the Harbor Institute. There's an entire group of like super wunderkinds.
Oh yeah,
and I mean they don't really discuss it, but I think all of them are like nonverbal autistic, but are just like incredibly good computer folks.
Oh yeah.
And so like the whole movie, instead of like one guy in the chair, there's an entire team. Of like beautiful children, just like model children with like really cool outfits who are typing really fast. Christian, would you do this for me? And as stupid as that sounds, every time they do it, I'm like, this is great. These kids rule. I love these kids.
Their whole thing. I mean, the nonverbal lady with the robot British voice. I was like, this is great. Like everything. They have a probably too long scene of them trying to find pull something off this lady's computer, but I was still engaged and just like, I mean,
so exciting.
This could be the movie. This team of
people. I would watch. I don't want a TV show of it. Please don't make a TV show of it. But make a movie of it.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Just the way it is all put together is really fun. They're just trying to get a picture off a woman's computer because they see her taking a selfie that they believe will have a picture of Daniela Pineda's character, her mystery assassin. And so they're having to. They basically, it is kind of terrifying, but they hack into her smart home and use all of this shit against her. They're like printing things and turning the TV up and ringing the doorbell. And I don't know if this is how hacking really works, but they take control of her computer and they're having to like divert her attention because she would just see what they're doing on the computer.
Yeah.
And it's just a solid thing.
I was having a blast. Solid. That stuff was great. I love the cop lady. She's like, "This is wrong. We have to stop." And no one else cares. They're like, we got a job to do, so we're gonna do it. It's fine. And then I love later they're going into the backstory of Anis's character, the assassin lady. Yeah. They're like showing like her backstory and all these files on the doctor's computer, and they like close the folder, and then you briefly for a second see like the cursor move and drag the folder, and you're like, oh my god, they hacked in there too. I was like,
cool.
That's so fun. I like stuff like that.
What did you tell me what your very favorite part was?
Yeah, the whole honky tonk scene I just loved. I thought that was so fun. Sure. I love when the cowboy dude tries to come and bully Ben Affleck, and he's like, "That's my woman," and she's like, "I'm not.
We're not dating."
Yeah, and then Ben Affleck's just like, "Oh, my brother was having kind of a bad night, but now it's gonna be nice. Go ahead and hit me." He's just like, "All right, go ahead and hit me." Yeah, I just love it. He's like, "Yep, just get it over with so my brother can come beat you." And it's I love the editing. They have Braxton, John Barenthal, like run at the camera as soon as he sees it getting and it like freeze frames you on him like yelling, and then the next second is like the guy's getting thrown out the window of the honky tonk. It was just fun. I was like, "That
it's totally solid."
Yeah, it is.
Okay,
it is
lightsaber. There's a like incredibly fucked up scene where John Bernthal's talking to this woman who's terrified, and they reveal that he has murdered everyone in her apartment.
It is wild,
except her. And you're like, why is she so sad?
Yeah.
And then they reveal that everyone else is dead, and you're
sitting
like,
there eating ice cream
you're
and talking
insane,
to her.
John Bernthal.
He's just
but he
talking
gets
about
a call.
Random
go ahead.
stuff. I just love it. He's just going on and on, eating ice cream, talking to her, and she's
talking
like,
about the Wizard of Oz.
Clearly scared.
Yeah, she's terrified. But he gets a call from Christian, who needs help with this thing that they're working on. And we start out from in Bernthal's world, and he answers the phone, and he's talking to him, and then they cut to Ben Affleck, and he's holding a lightsaber.
Yeah,
it's amazing. Just really a perfect little that makes sense. And he's playing with it, and it's just really that's the kind of guy he is. He would have a lightsaber, absolutely.
Him hanging up, and he's just like, Braxton. It's so funny. Like their dynamic was one of my other favorite scenes. They're sitting on top of his Airstream.
Yes.
And Ben Affleck starts putting on like sunscreen, and then his brother's like, "Can I have that?" And he kicks and just throws it. He's like, "You know I don't like when you do that, Braxton. It's so funny." It's so good. Their interactions are just gold in this.
They essentially haven't known each other.
Yeah.
Like they haven't seen each other since the last movie, which was 8 years ago. Mm-hmm. And before that, they didn't spend much time with each other either.
Yeah.
So they relate to each other as children.
Absolutely.
They have, and Bernthal especially. And at one point, Bernthal, they're about to invite some prostitutes into their room. And Bernthal's like making fun of Ben Affleck. Don't make fun of me. Just make fun of me. He's like doing a silly voice, and it's just it's just good. Really good. I don't know why. It's good.
I love when he says, "Just stand over there, don't be creepy." It's just so, the brother, you really feel the brother, and I love when the pimp shows up and Braxton punches him so hard he like flies over the railing and smacks to a car.
It is for a movie that is quite brutal.
Yeah.
Like, where many men are shot in the head quite brutally.
Yeah.
And punched and kicked. And it's actually very funny.
Yeah, I was surprised with how much... It was way more fun than the first one. I was just like, this is a blast.
I even like the first one, but it is not nearly as fun as this.
Yeah.
I also really enjoyed the fact that Anise is given this... The secret murder lady is given a job.
Yeah.
And her job is to find some people in a picture, and one of the people in the picture is her.
Yeah, that was wild. That was really nice.
I think it's just a really cool, interesting reveal. The fact that, like, she just lost a lot of weight.
Yeah.
and lost her memory because she was in a horrible car accident.
Yeah.
So she sees this picture and she goes, okay, I better find her.
I don't know who that is.
And then they reveal it at the end and you're like, oh,
wild.
Wow,
Yeah.
I'm fucking stupid.
I thought that was a really fun play on it. And her backstory where she just becomes a crazy killer lady is
that
really...
part's really
and
good too. She's playing chess.
I know there's a million endings, but I was so satisfied with her getting her revenge on the made that all happen. Yeah, I was like, oh, thank goodness. I was kind of bummed she couldn't really be reunited with her son, I guess, because she's
a bummer.
Killer woman, but still.
Yeah, she was like, I'm not her anymore. I was like, oh, okay. Well,
okay, yeah.
I get it. I get it.
And the tension where they like hire her to kill the cop, the good cop lady. I was like, I'm pretty like, dang, don't kill her, no.
And fucking Christian is riding real fast on his motorcycle.
Yeah, I couldn't believe how fast that thing was. I was like, whoa. There's a shot where it like shows it from behind and it's just like, it's like down the street instantly. I was like,
and I feel like stuff like that so often looks like they've undercranked it or something and it just looks fake. I don't know if he was going really fast or they just did it with CG or what they did.
Awesome.
But it just, it's like, oh shit, he's just going real fucking fast.
Yeah, it was cool. I really liked that.
What else was I thinking? Wait. What was I thinking? What was I thinking? Why was I thinking? This is really basic stuff that probably most movies should do. But everyone has a moment at the end.
Yes, that was nice.
Like, everyone gets to complete their story.
I like that.
Like, Christian gets to save this boy, and also, he gets to kind of reunite with his brother in a way that he probably should have. Braxton gets a cat.
Yeah.
Anise gets to do a murder, like she loves. And Mary Beth, at the beginning, she's looking for a chair.
Yeah.
And she's at one of the crime scenes, and she just finds a chair. She sits in it. She's exhausted, and she's like, huh.
I love it can be that simple where you're like, oh, nice little fun callback. Like,
and especially since her character gets very little to be or do.
Yeah,
it's exactly. Like, okay, nice, finally.
She got her chair. She got her effing chair, and I was glad she survived. I wasn't sure. I was like, oh, she just got stabbed. Yeah,
she got real stabbed in the stomach. And she also got thrown through many things.
Yeah, I was like, geez, she's getting messed
through doors.
I was hoping for a showdown with Ben and her, but the killer lady. But I guess probably for the best.
I mean, who would win?
I don't know. They're both on another level.
They are both on another level. Are there other good things before we talk shit?
I think I really love the scene. It's right after the cop lady gets mad about the brother being an assassin.
Yes.
Which is kind of funny because Ben Affleck is that too, but anyway, I just love like she gets in the car and
Two's
goes.
a little much though.
Yeah, it's too much.
One assassin, you're like, well,
Fine.
we gotta make some concession.
My boss told me to find you. I gotta find you, but now we're bringing in your brother, who's also a killer. I don't think so. Okay. That's a bit much. But she drives off and then remembers that there's a man in her trunk. the pimp, they put it in. I was like, that is so funny. And she comes back.
And he's been in there all night.
I know. I'm like, dang, dude. That is crazy.
Poor bastard.
Yeah.
And then he and his lawyer get murdered in the very next scene.
I know. And they were, the cop lady and her lawyer lady, they were so close to dying too. I was like, jeez.
Good shit.
Pretty wild.
What about now?
What about now?
Can I talk shit?
Oh, yeah. I thought you were asking, what do I think of the present moment? And I was like, well,
what do you think about the present moment?
No, it's fine.
We don't ask enough about that, man. Now, this is a tough one because it doesn't bother me, but I think it could bother people.
Oh, absolutely.
So I'm going to say on behalf of people, this is an insane depiction of autism.
Oh, yeah. It's
like, this
not real.
This can't be what autism is, right? It doesn't make you a super child, does it?
Sometimes, I mean, I guess you can have moments, like areas where you're really hyper-focused and, like, excel at.
True.
But I don't know if it would be at the level of, like, hacking into NASA or, beating up every person you see instantly.
Yeah. But it's just like, I think it's actually a little bit better in this one than in the first one.
Yeah, I agree.
Because this one is, like, more fun, so it, like, doesn't feel as serious about the fact that, autism is a superpower. That
was one of my biggest beefs with the first one. It did not feel like a very, like, accurate, and they were, like, going for these, like, really sincere scenes, and I was like, this isn't working.
How are you?
Me.
I am Ben Affleck. This is how I act in this movie.
Flashbacks and stuff. I was like, this is not working for me.
Oh, it was rough.
I don't know.
It's really rough.
So you just get maybe that kid does have it, but I would get a real autistic kid and try and do the scenes. But hey, good kudos for trying. You did try, and
yeah, and I think at least in this one, like the fact that they're a super team is somehow more fun.
Yeah, it is.
It's like, okay, maybe this is bad, but it at least is fun.
It just feels like, the whole energy of the movie is a lot different. And I don't think you see a single scene of him accounting, like sitting in the office account. Yeah,
he doesn't need to account no more.
No more.
He's fighting crime.
Bye.
Give me the Accountant 3, please.
Give me, I could see it.
If I can have an Equalizer 3 that is a masterpiece, may I have an Accountant 3 that's a masterpiece?
And just have it be a road trip with the brothers.
Yes.
That's all I want. Basically, the trip, but with these two characters.
They don't do any murders?
They do murders, but it's like, well, okay, we're already here, so we might as well do these murders.
Might as well get dinner.
Yeah, they get into some hijinks with some people they meet. I
mean, that sounds lovely to me. I would love to watch that movie.
I love it.
What's the worst part of this movie, though? Mampy?
My low main of the picture.
Yeah, what's the low main?
It is. I really wasn't a fan of the performance of the sniper henchman guy. It was very off-putting to me and confusing. Yeah, like very unaffected, just like straight. I was like, are they saying he's also on set? Like I was like, and he was like wearing very interesting clothes, like pajama beach. Like I don't know what the hell. It was very odd. And yeah,
man, you want me to kill them?
Exactly. Yeah, no, like emotional. Just like, yeah, I couldn't do that, and you're like, what? Like I don't know what they're going for with this.
Okay, I'll kill those kids.
Yeah, it was odd, and
I'll kill
didn't
45
quite-
kids.
Yeah, I'll kill
Put them in a hole.
It's true.
That's fine.
It was very rewarding when he got. That made me happy.
So
I was
great
like,
when he
thank
got
goodness.
killed, though. That guy sucks. It's really good when he's killed.
But yeah, I think we needed like a stronger like villain presence.
Yeah.
A bit, because he just didn't quite feel that intimidating. Or
No.
I mean, when he shoots John Barenthal, I was like, no.
Yeah.
But
Fuck.
but he just wasn't that interesting.
Yeah.
So that would be my lowest. I was just like, that's a good.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
I didn't think this the second time, but the first time I thought it was too long.
Oh yeah, I had that down too. It was like just a little bit.
It's like just a little bit. And especially with a movie that has 10 endings,
yeah,
it's like, even though I loved all the endings, I was just kind of like, okay, all right.
Yeah. I honestly
Let's get through this.
could have just had like the cat and the cat ending and then the lady killing the dude, and that would have been like, all right. The lady getting the chair is kind of built into the movie, so it's like that feels fine.
She's got to get them damn chairs.
I love the kid thing, like them setting up the room is so sweet, but yeah, that did start to feel like, okay, we're getting into the little extra territory.
We gotta get out of here.
Sinners level of just like, okay, like now we're having a concert. Like,
We got a whole new movie here.
Yeah.
We just started the second movie at the end of the first, if that's okay.
That's what it felt. It's like, all right, let's just
Okay.
wrap it on up.
Well, we already did the movie.
Yeah, I think I would have
Finished the movie. It's okay.
Yeah, it's okay to end a movie sometimes. I mean, it's like there's a middle ground though. I don't want like Cronenberg just literally cutting mid scene where I'm like, what the fuck is that's it? Or like then adding 20 endings. It's like just have one nice ending.
1, 2.
2 is fine. I'm not going with 3. I won't do it.
3 is a bit much.
Too much, folks. But
Okay,
yeah.
this is not the lowest main, but this is a lowish main. When they're in, I don't even know what the fuck it is. I don't know. I don't know what any of it is, but there's a place where abducted children live.
Yes, that area.
The compound where the children are kept as like collateral, so that the prostitutes don't do anything to leave or be bad.
Wild. Yeah.
Or they'll get killed. The children will get killed, which is, I mean, it's a good system. You have to admit.
Evil, but it worked it out.
Hey, sometimes you gotta do evil to do good, man.
Ain't that the truth?
But there's like a smoke bomb scene, and it's just fake smoke.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's just so clearly fake smoke. And it's also sometimes like so much fake smoke that you can't see people in a way that didn't necessarily feel intentional. Maybe it was intentional, but it's sometimes like where I'm like, I don't know what the fuck's happening.
I've lost.
And I know that in real life that's what smoke is supposed to do, but I don't know if it's supposed to happen in a movie where you're like,
no,
I don't know where people are.
I mean, it's like when you go to the 40X experience and they start shooting the mist, and you're like, the screen's gone. I don't see the movie anymore. So
what are my mortal combatants up to? Ethan?
Yeah, I will never forget that. There was a good 30 seconds where I was like, all there is this smoke. I can't see anything on the screen. It
was kind of like the end of Inglourious Bastards, where they're just like projecting onto smoke.
Yeah, it was pretty intense. But I agree. There was also an early on visual effect that was pretty bad. Ooh. Where like it's when the guy who she kills later, the assassin lady, they show like the backstory where she comes in and kills all the dudes playing the game.
Oh yes,
with him. There's like literally a dude with his like head down, and they just like there's a PNG of like a bullet hole in his head, and I was like,
I did not notice that.
It's just like I was like, that looks pretty bad, but I was like, I'm still having a good time. That just looks really bad.
Hey, sometimes you got to click and drag, baby.
Sometimes, yeah, you're like, I don't know. They probably were like, oh yeah, wouldn't his head if he fell that way? Let's just throw it in there.
shit, we need a bullet hole in this head.
Yeah, just put a bullet hole there.
Just put it in there. This is not a bad thing necessarily, but this is just a question. Are there really no ugly autistic kids? That's what I was thinking the whole time. Because they were all just like they had like toothpaste commercial smiles.
Yeah.
Their skin was very smooth. Their eyes were all shining. Like they all had very like beautifully colored eyes. They were just all very beautiful. And I was like, this, there has to be one ugly kid, right?
Has to be.
You have a variety of different races and creeds. That's beautiful. But just there should be an ugly kid.
We need more ugly kids in our movies.
We need ugly representation in this super team.
I think, the situation in the film is so ugly. I think they wanted to, diffuse that. Like they're like, okay, we need to counterbalance this.
Yeah, it's true. So beautiful. Thank you for saying that.
Of course, absolutely. I live to share things.
That's I mean, that's lovely.
That's it. It's
the whole nice to
thing.
share. Are there any other bad things?
I mean, I thought maybe Braxton's setup was kind of long, like where he's like talking to himself. I was like, yeah, you could probably cut most of that.
They tried to do the Once Upon a Time in America. Wait, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood thing. Mm-hmm. Like
he's like yelling at
himself thing. And some of it is funny, but it is too much setup.
It's too much, and then he then has a phone call, and you're like, well, this could have been the setup. Like this works kind of better.
That's all we need.
Yeah, they just wanted more of him in his undies. We know that. I get it. They're like, this one's for the ladies.
He can just that scene could easily have been 1/4 as long.
Yeah, I agree.
He just has a quick I gotta call her. I gotta fucking call her. Fuck. Hey, fuck. And then phone call.
Boom.
That's all you need.
Boom, boom.
They chose not to do that.
Yeah, they chose not to.
Maybe they just forgot they forgot to edit the whole scene.
I feel like maybe
they
that
did an assembly,
sometimes.
And they're like, that's good enough. And then they got to the end of the movie, and then they were screening it, and they're like, oh, fuck!
We forgot to cut that down.
We forgot to edit that scene. God damn it.
I wonder how many times that does happen. Like
probably a lot now.
Oh, shit. Yeah, probably. But overall, fun time. I had a good time.
I had such a good time in this movie.
It was very pleasant.
And it is, this is just the kind of movie that I like.
Yeah, when it's an action movie, we're just having fun.
I just like a regular action movie that's also fun. And
honestly,
also like slightly made by insane people.
And anytime a sequel can beat the first, it's like,
it's
did it.
Much better than the first.
Yeah, it's like,
and I liked the first one, but thought it was completely insane.
Yeah.
And this one is insane, but in like a good way.
It's just so fun it's like, okay, you want to watch The Accountant too? Like, it's like, like starting with, okay, hear me. I know it's crazy, but what if we watch The Accountant
Let's just watch The Accountant. In the first one, he's an accountant.
Yeah,
and he's also a murderer. That's all you need to know.
He's
got a brother.
3 characters from the first one are in this.
Yeah.
Hey, if I can see Bad Boys Ride or Die without having seen Bad Boys 4, I think, I didn't know who some of the characters were, I think it'll be fine in this. I was like, who the hell is that? Oh, it's his son.
It's his son.
I didn't know, yeah.
He was I don't know. So at some point, Will Smith had sex with a drug lord.
Yeah.
For some reason. But we can't only talk about The Accountant 2.
Nope.
Possibly the finest accountant movie of all time.
I'd have to say so.
We can also bring you to a little segment called Panda Express Presents. Express yourself about the movies you watched this week. Please play that music for me, please.
Bing, 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 bing. It's time for the Panda Express because we got some things expressed ding about the things we watch this week.
Did you watch any movies this week?
I watched The Accountant 1.
Oh, you did watch The Accountant 1.
I'll tell you what, though.
Yeah.
About an hour and 30 in, It had about 40 minutes left, and I said, I think I get the gist, and I cut it off. I bailed. It just wasn't doing it for me. The action stuff was fun, but it was just like action and then like 30 minutes of like not anything really, and I was like, I kind of don't want to watch this anymore. So I tried. Yeah. I did try. I'm sorry.
I think it's fine.
Yeah.
But the Accountant 2 is much, much better.
Much better from what I
watched a million movies.
Tell me about them.
I watched a little movie for the first time called Star Wars Episode 3.
Whoa.
The Revenge of the Sith.
This was your first time?
I had never seen it before.
Really? Wow.
I saw the first two and I was like, these are fucking awful.
Yeah.
This is fucking garbage. And then I didn't watch the third one. I just never watched it. And I don't know why I watched it this time, but in some ways I think it's better than the other ones.
Yeah. It's
better than 1 and 2, not better than any of the good ones.
I remember there was an era where people were starting to be like, they're actually pretty good. The prequels are actually, and I was like, no. I don't think so. And no. They're like green screen, weird movies.
They look stupid.
I don't get it.
They look mostly really stupid.
Yeah.
And hey, I love McGregor as much. What is his first fucking name?
Obi-Wan. No, it's
Obi-Wan McGregor.
Obi-Wan McGregor.
Earthen? Turin?
Ewan?
Ewan, that's what it is. I love Ewan McGregor as much as the nice guy, but it's kind of a stupid movie.
They're not good.
There were a few moments, I will be honest, the opening scene where they're flying around was, I thought, kind of cool.
It's like, oh, this is fun.
A lot of it sucked. Yeah, a lot of it was really stupid.
The lava.
I still think that Yoda as not a puppet is fucking stupid.
It's silly. I know they want him flipping around and all this shit, but it's like, he's got to be a puppet.
Yoda looks so great as a fucking puppet.
And they did him as a puppet in the Phantom Menace, and it was a little off. I think they just didn't get the puppet quite right.
Maybe so.
And then they bailed and turned it to CG, and I was like, I want like a full robot that's like, they can fight and do all this stuff.
Sure.
As Yoda.
Sure.
But then if you teach a robot how to fight like that, then we get into some scary territory.
Yes, I just read an article today about how a lot of the better AI systems are having like more and more inaccuracies. Like they call them hallucinations, but it's just stuff that is wrong that the AI makes up, they don't know why.
Yeah,
they just have no idea why it's doing it.
And you can catch them on it sometimes, and you go, "Wait a minute, why did you make that up?" And they're like, "I don't know."
They don't know either.
Like,
pretty fucking good.
I think it's
a really dark future ahead of us.
They're testing us. They're like, does any of this fact matter? They're starting to make these questions come into play.
It's cool. Something to look forward to.
Yeah, they're dismantling the value of art. They're making us question if anything matters. It's really nice to just pull away the fabrics of reality.
USA and China. USA coming together as one. Then I watched two different, vastly different movies about people who are really disappointed with their lives. I watched a movie called Killer of Sheep from the late 70s. And it was just rough.
Oh, wow.
Fucking depressing.
Really? Killer of Sheep?
Well, there's a guy and his job is he's a butcher at a big, like, sheep murdering factory, whatever that is called. But, he goes home and he like doesn't smile the whole movie. And there's like, it's in sort of a low income area of LA, and like, there's like just lots of either like faked or real footage of like little black kids playing, and like sometimes the playing is fun and sometimes it gets too rough, and all of it is just like a kind of a reflection of him as an adult, kind of like not knowing what the fuck to do with anything. It's just a brutal movie, and it's also one of the. It's like there's many sort of almost Curb Your Enthusiasm level like failures of a plan, but played straight in a really depressing way.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Like there's this one moment where they're like gonna fix up his car, and they bought a new motor for it from this guy, and they're like bringing it down these stairs, and it's incredibly heavy, and they're just like, oh, it's so heavy, and they put it in the back of the truck, and the one guy's like, we should like push that in a little more, and the other guy's like, nah, we don't have to push it in there more. And they drive away, and it just falls off the truck and falls apart. It's just like, oh my God, no. I think it's a really good movie, but it was pretty excruciating.
Yeah, that's
like, it was
wild.
Just so depressing.
Damn.
But also alternately quite funny. Like the moments with the kids when they're playing, and like there's lots of moments that are kind of funny, but also because they reflect the violence inherent in their lives. You're like, fuck, this is also really depressing. It's a crazy movie. Good movie, but not what I would call a popcorn movie.
Yeah, just throw it back, kick back, throw in some popcorn.
Let's have a few brewskis and watch Killer of Sheep.
I have a question for you.
Yes.
In the theater, when you go to a theater that has a recliner option, do you wait for the lights to go down to kick your feet up, or are you an instant kick your feet up?
It kind of depends.
Okay.
Often I'm going during the day.
Yeah.
And I have a feeling there won't be that many people in my row, so I just kick it up. Because there's not going to be too much passing. I'm not going to annoy too many people. If it's like a night showing and there's going to be a lot of people, I usually wait.
Yeah.
Just because I know a lot of people are going to have to be like, oh, sorry, sneaking by, sorry.
Exactly. I just can't bring myself to sit there reclined with the lights up. I like have to have the darkness. For some, just sitting there like my presence, I just can't.
It's too embarrassing.
As soon as the lights go down, I'm like, okay, now we can kick back. But yeah, just because I mean, it was just me and two other grown men, and I'm like, we're just all just laying here. I'm just gonna sit up till the movie starts.
That's weird. I mean, that's fine. It's fine. I support you, Mampy, but that is weird.
In the light, just laying there, like
it is weird.
Hey, welcome in, guys. Come on in,
guys.
rubbing your belly, like
Let's lay down.
Yeah, come on. It feels
lay down next to me.
Hey, but it's okay. I get it. It's tough. We all have different levels of exhibitionism.
And I watched one final movie.
Whoa.
Which I would never recommend to you, but that I thought was actually pretty good.
Okay.
I saw Thunderbolts ***.
Oh, wow.
And it is similarly about Florence Pugh, and she is really depressed. Mm-hmm. She's so fucking tired of her only job being to go places and murder people.
Yeah, that's
like,
reasonable.
This is fucking depressing. And the villain is also very depressed, and he becomes sort of all powerful.
Whoa!
And his depression, he like uses his depression as a power to bring people into his like mind palace of depression.
Whoa. Oh damn!
And it's pretty good. It's a pretty good movie.
Maybe I'll go see it.
I think it's certainly like, I think literally the best in like 15 or 16 movies.
Really? That's crazy.
There have been like 100 of them, so maybe that's not saying much.
Yeah, true.
But it is, it's the best in a long, long while. It's the closest one to a movie.
I'm
for
so far removed from like who the characters are, what is happening in the world. Like, was that confusing at all, or what?
I don't think it will matter that much.
Okay, because I couldn't tell.
Basically, it's like, well, Florence Pugh is Black Widow's sister, but that doesn't really matter. She's just a Russian killer.
Yeah.
And her dad is in it, and he's a Russian guy.
Okay, perfect.
And Bucky is in it from, like, Captain America.
Yes.
He's got robo-arm. Yeah. And there's, like, a few other ones. There's, like, one who's, like, U.S. agent, I think.
Okay.
Who's played by Kurt Russell's son, which is cool.
Oh, yeah.
And there's, like, a few others, but it's just, like, they're just, like, the Guardians of Galaxy style misfits who are just brought together. And, I thought it was pretty good.
I've heard good things. I've been seeing a
good.
lot of buzz on the net.
I thought the design of the bad guy, the Void, is really cool.
Ooh, okay.
It's just got like a little shine in his eyes, but otherwise it's just this kind of complete black figure with like a black cape and it's kind of creepy.
That's fun.
And he does like Hiroshima on people.
Oh, damn.
He shoots them with his hands and they turn into they turn into shadows.
Oh, shadows.
It's real fucked up.
That's freaky.
I thought it's a pretty good movie.
I'm very interested to see how this ragtag group solves this. So that's what was really drawing me in. I went, all right, let's see.
I got it as a dude. As I know that you are a dude who's into things that get a little more emotional than you would expect them to be. I think you might like it.
Maybe, hey, I might just go tonight. Go see Thunderbolts. Why not?
There's we would like to ask you, the listener, to let us know what you want us to watch next week. There's a few coming out. There's some movie called Fight or Flight.
Oh yeah. It's like basically that train movie,
it's
but
bullet train, but in a plane.
Bullet plane.
But it's got that guy we like.
Yes. Trap Man.
What's his name?
Josh
Hartnett.
Hartnett.
Josh Hartnett.
Hartnett.
And there's Shadow something. It's like John Wick, but it's a black couple.
Oh, I don't know about this.
The trailer looks pretty miserable, but we might watch it. And there's Clown in a Cornfield.
Oh yeah, I saw that. I was like, what? What is this?
And there's Thunderbolt. We could do Thunderbolts. So we'll see.
I'll see it tonight, maybe.
Tweet at us.
Yeah.
Tweet at us at Food Court Cast.
At the cast.
Or send us a message on any of the things.
Tweet at us. YouTube.
Any of these things. And let us know what you want us to watch.
Let us know.
Mampy?
Yeah.
I want you to give us 5 stars.
I'm going to give us 5 stars.
Give us 5 stars, write us a review, tell some friends. And also, Mampy, I'd like to thank you so much for doing this podcast.
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
Thank you for accounting, too.
Yes.
On behalf of you, Mampy Hikes, I'm Sean Parrott, saying to everyone out there, bon appetit.